Whoa. What happened with that music? That was weird. Well, oh my god. Hang on. Oh, I've got to mute myself. Sorry, guys. No? Something weird's going on. Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome in. This stream has been sponsored by the EA Creator Network. Thank you, EA, for that. There were some weird things going on there. What was that going on? I don't know. I feel like everything's normal now. Just something strange happened. Anyway, welcome in. We're going to be building today. Nothing strange was supposed to be happening. It was just supposed to be a normal kind of, start to the day. But there was some really weird sound things going on. I don't know what that was about. Anyway, I hope we are all good today. Welcome on in. Despite the fact there's some weird things going on, it feels like, that's kind of just very me. Hi, Cutie. Hi, Vinny. Hi, guys. How are you two today? Come on in, settle in, cozy on up. We're going to be building a hot chocolate shop and ice rink today. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing with this, but I'm just going to make stuff up and we'll see what happens. Does that sound like a fun build today? I feel like that sounds like a fun build today. So tell me, how are you all today? Are you doing all right? I hope that you are. I am well. I've actually managed to get one child back at school. So I've got one child left to go. He's got a pretty bad cough. So I don't know how we're going to go with that. But we'll hopefully get him feeling a little bit better soon. Ooh, should we go big ice rink or little ice rink? Ooh, I didn't think about that. I didn't realize there were smaller ones and bigger ones. It might be better if I want to go on an angle, I would say, but anyway, we'll see how we're going to go. So what I'm building this for is like for a winter collab. So it's like got to represent winter. So that's the plan for today. We're going to do like a wintry ice rink hot chocolate shop dealio. We're on a 30 by 30 lot, so we don't have heaps of room, but I didn't want to do like, over the top stuff. So, well, over the top large for no reason. I thought, we were going to go cute and cozy instead, but we might decide on the ice rink. I'm not sure which size I want to go for at this stage, so yeah. Vinny, hey Velvet, I have a question for you. Are you ever going to do those build my shell Vel stuff? Because otherwise I'll go ahead and take mine off the gallery. Oh yeah! I will. I should finish that, shouldn't I? Thank you for the reminder. I'd completely forgotten. Was it Vel shell, right? I think I did all of them except for yours. Sorry, Vinny. I don't want to do yours. Yours looks terrible. Look at that. That's horrible, Vinny. I don't like that shell. That looks horrible. Okay, we're still going to do that. I was taking a break from shell challenges for a reason, but I feel like I can go back and do yours. I'm okay today. I'm just it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday here, so we're getting towards a little bit of hump day and hump day-itis maybe a little bit. So other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I did all but yours. Yeah, I know, right? Does that feel a little bit no, I genuinely at that point I was like very overdoing shell challenges, so I was just kind of like, oh no, I can't do anymore. I needed a break. It just happened to coincide with your shell, unfortunately, but such is life. I wonder if we can put this on like a little rise and maybe put some rocks around it or something. I'm just a little worried about the entrance thing, but I think we could probably get away with something in the entrance. I'm just thinking, if I'm going to have this as a smaller ice rink, maybe we should have, some landscaping. Brilliant idea, right? So going around kind of there. I don't really know how I kind of want to do this, but we'll make it work. Vinny, you don't got it if you don't want to. I forgot I made an evil shell. No, I'll do it. You put it up there. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It won't be next week because we're not going to be doing any building next week, but we can do it the week after that. Just pop it on my list to do, and I'll do it. I haven't got anything else planned in terms of building for things, so I think we're pretty good for next week anyway. And Friday we're going to be doing some creator kit building, so I still haven't decided what kind of house I want to build for that, or what kind of lot I want to build for that. I want to build a house for sure with that. I think that would make sense because we're doing modern retreat and I can't remember for the life of me the second bloomin'. It's like garden something, right? The other kit. God, I got velvet for brains. Honestly, let me look it up. Kits. What is it? Modern retreat and garden to table. That's right, garden to table. I just cannot remember garden to table. There, that part just slips my brain every time. Garden to table. Righto, garden to table and things. So I was thinking maybe something cutesy, modern retreat. So that kind of lends itself towards modern. So modern, something with like outdoor, so indoor outdoor flow. So yeah, I think something with like open doors, lots of balconies. I don't know, something like that. I think that'll be really fun. Sounds good to me. Anyway, so I wonder if there's any snowy rocks. Let's have a look. Is there any snowy rocks in Snowy Escape? Because it's going to be wintry, so I kind of want to make it like snowy and stuff. Oh, look, there's piles of snow. We can maybe use that. Wintry rocks. Are these going to be too big? Yes, they look like they're going to be too big. Oh, but I can shrink them down more. Ooh, look at this one. Ooh, look at all these snow-capped rocks. Yes! I love the idea of some snow-capped rocks. Ooh, hello there. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we might do these ones down around here, around the edge, and then we'll put some other ones around the side. Like that. We'll see how it kind of goes. We're gonna tool mod him. So I'm gonna get him down and down and down and down and shrunken down. So don't worry, it's all gonna turn out. I feel like I'm slowly getting a little better with the tool mod. I don't know. I doubt I'm ever going to be an expert with it, but I feel like I'm slowly getting better with it in terms of understanding it. And I realize that, you know, we've got the console players out there who don't have the opportunity to use the tool mod. But I'm talking about my learning skills and me developing a new skill in the game and with the mod. So that's what I'm very excited about. So if I go Shift T, oh no, did I take out tool? Shoot. Okay. I'm going to have to add tool in because I need tool. Normally I wouldn't say that, and normally I would just like do it without, but in this instance I actually genuinely need it. So what we're going to do is we're going to just switch to our background screen, and I'm just going to exit out of Sims. And we will get right back to getting that in the game because I'm going to exit it out and put the mod in and get back into it. Why did I take it out? I think I was having some issues. Did I manage? Oh, yeah. I was having some issues with building. Like it was being really weird in the game. So I took out a couple of mods just to test out whether or not that was a problem. And it fixed whatever problem I was having at the time. But then I forgot to put them back in, so whoopsies. So mods, tool, and MCC. Okay, there we go. I took tool and MCC out, and then I forgot to put them back in again. So genius, really helpful for when we're doing building, and I want to use the tool mod. Smart. I'm a smart cookie sometimes, but that's fine. We're all good. It doesn't take a minute to get it back in, so that's fortunate. It's just the load. You know what takes the longest? It's just the loading and unloading out of Sims. No, hang on. Exiting and entering into Sims. That seems to be like the most time-consuming part. It's just like, and this is why like I always get so frustrated when I have to like log in and log out of the game again, because it's just like, well, I guess kind of have to you know, sit there for 5 minutes while the game kind of loads and unloads. I'm sure it used to load like a lot faster, but maybe that was back in the days before I had like much on my computer. It's like as you sort of slowly load up your computer with more stuff, like the game gets slower and slower. Not that in my games, my PC's like particularly full of stuff. It's got like, you know, hundreds of gigabytes free of memory and stuff. So I don't know. It just slows down over time. Not that it's overly slow, but I feel like it could be faster. But that's the same. I'm just like, I'm so impatient. I'm just like, it should just let me click the fingers and then all of your stuff is, you know, there and back again. Vinny, you just got a notification on TikTok and it was someone asking me to go like and watch their stuff. I don't even follow or know the summarizer. Oh, really? Oh my gosh. That's just kind of pushy, right? It's that pushy used car salesman kind of vibe. It's like, here, watch my stuff. Look at it, go watch it. And it's like, well, yeah, I know you got to promote your stuff because it's hard to get your name out there and get people to watch your stuff at any point in time. I've been there and I'm still there in terms of just like, you know, trying to get people to watch my stuff. But, you know, it's one of those things where you've kind of got to understand a good way to go about it and a bad way to go about it. And there's good ways and there's bad ways. And I feel like just like DMing people to say, go and watch my stuff is kind of the not so good way to go about it. That's just my feeling on the matter. You feel free to disagree with me on that one. Feel free that going around DMing strangers and telling them to watch your content is a good way to go. But just for my feelings, I feel like it's not the best way to go about getting people to watch your content. Oh, but you know, personal feelings. Like I don't like a hard sell. So if you're trying to hard sell me on anything, I'm just like instantly, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to hear about it. You are hard selling me on this thing that I don't want. So please don't. So yeah. Okay, now we've got to work out how low do we want to go. Maybe -2. Ooh. -1.9. Ooh, oops. -1.9. No. Okay, it's alright. It's a bit of a little juggling to work out where I want it to actually sit. 2.3, no. 2.5? Still not quite. 2.7. I just want it to sit round about the top of there, but I feel like I need to move them all in a little bit more. So let's just do that and move it in a little bit more. I feel like it's going to sit there. Vinny, it's one thing if we are mutuals, but just out of the blue gives me the icks. Yeah, I get that, and that's what I was talking about, like the hard sell. Like it's just like it's a cold sell. You're trying to get someone to watch it, and maybe that's a numbers game, and they're just like, you know, DMing a lot of people, and you know, it's just like a numbers game for them in terms of just, you know, hopefully someone will, you know, out of the kindness and goodness of their heart, go and watch my content. But I feel like, you know, if you want to get a long-term viewership, you know, you've got to connect more with your community and, you know, actually go about it in a more meaningful way. I feel like, you know, just trying to get hard sell in numbers is just not the way to go about it. Should be people that actually want to watch your content. Because, you know, they're not going to come back if they don't want to watch it, right? I feel like that's the case. Like, why would they want to come back and watch your content if, you know, if they're being kind of like doing it out of just pity or whatever. Okay, I can make that work. I think that's about maybe a little lower. Oops. -3, just me moving up our rocks up and down. Okay, I feel that might be a little better. So I think I need to add in some more rocks around the place. So we'll do that. Let's get Snowy Escape back up and add some more rocks. Vinny, you can barely invite my own friends to come watch my stuff. I can't imagine being that bold. I know. I had to make you tell me when you were streaming. It's just like, no, I want you to tell me when you're streaming because I'm useless and I would like to actually know, Vinny. Thank you very much. Oh, shocking. Love that though. But yeah, I totally get that. That, you know, it's just, I feel icky about doing the hard sell as well. Like, you know, anytime I have to try and like promote something that I'm doing, I'm just like, icky times. Because, you know, I don't want to go around and hard sell people on my stuff. But at the same time, I would like people to watch it. So it's that hard sort of, you know, finding that sweet spot between what you're willing to do and actually, you know, making a difference with getting people to watch your stuff. Oh, not easy. But yes, actually telling people you're streaming would be a good start for me. I'm just giving you grief. Hopefully I'm pushing the right things. We'll find out. So elevate, I want to just go down minus 0.5, I reckon. Not even that. Actually. 0.2, there we go. So I feel like this needs to be moved. That's not the right spot, and we'll see how we go. Vinny, oh, I went out to the Wildlife Refuge Mountains this morning and got to go for a walk in the parallel forest. Parallel forest? Where did this suddenly go up? What's a parallel forest? Oh, shoot. I wonder. Yeah, tell me, what on earth is a parallel forest? I don't know what that is. So please explain. Explain to Velvet like she's a dummy. Sabrina, hi, welcome in. How are you? How are you today? Are you doing good? I hope you are. A parallel forest is a man-made forest completely parallel trees. Oh, right. So they sit parallel to each other? Is that the kind of the idea of it? Where they sit kind of parallel to each other? I feel like that works. There we go. Sabrina, welcome in. And how are you today? I am building an ice rink and a cozy hot chocolate shop. So I'm just figuring out how I'm going to set up my rocks around my rink. I'm going to have snowy rocks. This is kind of for a wintry collab, and we're going to have like a little tiny cozy hot chocolate shop coming in there, and it's going to be a small business venue, so we're going to have like some landscaping around here so people can sit here and get their skates on and, you know, enter up their little small business venue over there. So yeah, I've got some cute ideas for what I want to do, and hopefully that'll be a nice little thing, I hope. So I'm just like fiddling around with rocks at the moment so I can get like a cool looking rock base around my ice rink, because I kind of want to have it up and accessible, but I feel like I need to play test this very shortly to see how that's kind of gonna pan out. But you know, you sort of get like snowy rock vibes in winter, and we have snow all around. It's gonna be very cozy and lovely. That's kind of my plan. The thing with this is that it's actually quite hot today. And going into this time of year, it's actually, you know, summer. So we're just about to head into summer here. So it's kind of, this is a very northern hemisphere build, because yeah, it's not for me, it's for the northern hemisphere, because I is hot. I'm like wearing a short sleeve dress at the moment because it's just like really warm, and we are There we go. Yeah, we are very warm right now, so... Well, not very, very warm. What are we? We're 17 degrees. So it's not like cooking or anything like that, but it's warm enough that, you know, I don't need to wear long sleeves or anything like that. It was a little chillier this morning, but at the moment it's warmed up and it's looking to be a really nice cracker of a day. So I'm kind of doing the opposite of what I'm feeling at the moment. Okay, so we've got rocks coming down there, and let's see about some rocks coming through down here. Like, that's actually not too bad. Not too bad at all. Vinny, so here's a Google overview. The parallel forest was made in 1912 when the US government planted over 20,000 red cedar trees in a 16-acre area as an experiment. The trees were planted exactly 6 feet apart in parallel rows to study the effects of the Dust Bowl and to see how the trees would grow straight up, making them good for future timber projects. Ooh, what's a Dust Bowl? Curious to know. What is a Dust Bowl? And what does it kind of, yeah, what does a Dust Bowl do? What's that? Cool, yeah, I'd love to see pics of that. That sounds really interesting. And for people like me in the US where it's getting colder, yeah, exactly. So I'm building a little wintry something for you guys where it's getting a bit colder, and maybe you're interested in wintry things. I don't know. Let's just build some cozy things. Is this going to let me elevate these? I don't think it is. Okay, never mind. New plan on that. Back to rocks. Back to snowy covered rocks. It is. Which is fine. I don't mind some snowy covered rocks. That'll be lovely for our ice rink. You know, I wanted to not have it just flat on the ground. I wanted to have like a little bit of elevation, just for, like, you know, as a point of interest as well, just to make it look, you know, a little bit more like it's been landscaped around the landscape, if that makes sense, you know? So it feels like it's a little bit more naturally, you know, naturally placed. Okay, I think that's good. Vinny, for people like me where it's getting colder, you're like, it's 23 degrees Celsius, and I'm like, that's hot for me. It's cold. So cold. No. Now I've never really gotten the hang of the move function in Tool, so I don't know how to do this. So if I push 1, what does it do? I don't know. So do I need to do move X, Y? I don't know what X and Y is. Oh, is that X? And is this Y? Okay, so we need to go, do you go X, 0.1? I don't know how to use that. Anyway. Still haven't worked out that. I've still got stuff that I need to work out with Tool. I don't really want to move that. That's fine. We'll just leave it as is. Okay, so we've got that, and we'll have like some lovely snowy rocks coming down on there. Because I can't work out how to move those. I'll probably just Google it after I'm on stream and just fiddle around with it and make it work for me. As you do. And snowy rocks pouring down the mountainside. This is what we're going to have. It's beautiful. So, hot chocolate shop. I was trying to make the decision whether or not I wanted to go 2 levels on that or not. And I was kind of thinking whether or not I have like a little sort of covered rooftop area as well. But I'm thinking, you know, I don't know. Do you want to sit outside and have hot chocolate, or do you want to sit inside and have hot chocolate? That was what I was just kind of like debating in my head this morning, is if I wanted to go like 2 stories, if I wanted to go 1 story with it. So I'm not really sure at this point. If you guys have any thoughts about that, would you like want to drink hot chocolate inside or outside when you're at like a, you know, an ice rink like this? What are you thinking? I've never been to an outdoor ice rink with a hot chocolate shop. I don't know that they exist in New Zealand. I have been ice skating on a natural lake, like when I was like a frozen lake when I was like really little though. There's like this lake in Alexandra which is in the central South Island, and it freezes over and you can actually go ice skating on it when it's frozen over like that, and it's pretty safe. And when I was quite young, we did that ice skating on there, and it was just like, ooh, it's so cool. But it did hurt when you fell over, but I feel like that's the case all the time when you go ice skating. I feel like, falling over does hurt all the time. So then, kind of makes sense. Okay, Shift T and delete. What do we reckon? Snowy rocks, we've managed to do it. Let's get a sim in here. I'm just going to change this to a residential for the moment, just so I can play test it. And we'll get a sim in there and see whether or not we can actually get that working. So I'm going to manage household. Shaham. Yes, you can go in there. And I'm building in Windenburg today. I want to do a Windenburg style building, like for the hot chocolate shop. I wanted to do, that kind of Tudor style for the hot chocolate shop. So that was kind of what I had in my head for that. So I thought that could be fun. Nasina, hello. How are you? Ah, she's pregnant. Okay, I wonder if the others will go up there and skate. Wow, that was not a good sim to use. I didn't realize she was pregnant. I don't even know how she got pregnant. Oh, okay, that's fine. So we're going to play test with somebody else because we can't play test with a pregnant sim. Okay, we'll go back to my good old faithful Kingly. He gets pregnant by aliens. So, it doesn't really matter which sort of gender of sim you use. They tend to get pregnant no matter what you do. Oh, boy. So let's see whether or not we can ice skate on our little ice skating rink. I'm really hoping that we can actually access it because otherwise it's going to be a pain to fix. So, fingers crossed. I mean, look at that with the snow and everything around there. I feel like that's nice. Skate around. Let's see. Can we get up there? Yeah, baby. We can. Look at him. Is this a roller skating rink? I thought it was ice skating. Oh, it's roller skating. Oh, well, I'm just going to call it a skating rink. Whoops. I thought it was ice skating. I thought it was. Hang on. Is there not an ice skating rink? That's all roller skating. Is this ice skating or roller? See, this is ice and this is roller. Oh. Oh, I've just used the wrong ice rink. I mean, the wrong rink. Oh, I didn't realize there was both. Oh my gosh. I just genuinely thought there was I genuinely thought there was only ice skating. I didn't realize there was roller skating as well as ice skating. I didn't even think about that. Oh my gosh. Doi. Okay, well, yeah, there we go. Learn something new today. There's both ice skating and roller skating. Fun. Vinny, the Dust Bowl was a huge tragedy in farming back in the 30s in Midwest of the US. Poor farming practices, drought, and wind created what is known as the Dust Bowl. Right, I get that. A time when the soil was ruined and the land turned into dust and dirt covering the air, the sky, the wind. It killed thousands. Oh my gosh. Wow. So the Dust Bowl is like a big thing. So, okay. Got that. And I get that. I feel like, you would want to obviously have a situation where, you want to make sure that, you're not dealing with erosion and, that sort of thing. So, because I imagine that would probably have been, like, a lot of the problem is erosion and stuff. So, I get it. Kind of sucky. Right. So we have our basic premise of the placement of our ice rink at this stage. So we have discovered there is ice rinks and roller rinks because I have never really paid attention to that. And, I learned a little something today. So there we go. sure that's sitting in the right place. So elevate, minus 2.7. Oh, there we go. Minus 2.9. Okay, that's better. It's just not sitting the way I want it to. It's annoying me. Okay. Still playing around with rocks, but I think we're just about done with our rocks. So, we're going to do a cute little Tudor-style hot chocolate shop is my plan to go with this once I finish playing around with the rocks. And then we can start landscaping and working out where everything is going to go. I don't think this is going to take, like, super long to build, but, you know. You never know. By the time I fiddle around with it and stuff, it's going to be a little more complicated than, you know, just a basic thing. So what about if I had a small one here and rolled that round and had that one running down that way and running in there. Does anybody here watch The Office or used to watch The Office? We're rewatching it at the moment, and it's we're just about finished. Actually, we're on season 9 at the moment, and you know what? I would have really liked season 9 if it wasn't for the whole Jim and Pam storyline. Like, seriously, without that storyline, I would have really liked season 9, and it's such a shame that the show came to an end when it really was still actually cranking out the laughs. Because I really love that show, but you know, it is what it is, and the actors obviously wanted to go off and do some different things with their lives, which you can understand. Like, you know, 9 years is, you know, a fairly long time to do the same thing, I feel like. So that makes sense, but still. Season 9, the whole Jim, Pam, Brian storyline. Oh my gosh, I despise it. Like, I genuinely dislike it. And I don't know if anybody else here has watched it, but that whole storyline is just, like, gives me the ickies. I just don't like it. It's just one of those things where I'm like, no, I don't want to watch it. You know, it's just like when you love a TV show, but there's just, like, this one particular storyline that you're just like, no, I don't want to. No, thank you. Get that away from me. Do you guys have that with any of your shows where you're like, you know, I just want to, you know, skip this particular storyline because I'm not a fan. There's like one on Buffy as well in season 7, I think it is, and it's just like the Spike kind of attacks her in the bathroom storyline, and I absolutely despise that storyline as well. Just absolutely hate it. The actors hated it. The audience hated it. It's just like, I get why it kind of happened in a way with, you know, with the way that the storyline and everything went, but oh boy, I hate that storyline. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, it can be hard sometimes, I think, when you're watching a show that you love and then they just do the storyline. It's just like, no, please don't do that to me. I don't want to do that storyline. I don't want to have to watch it. Okay, so we have our lovely snowy rink. I want to do, like, some more lights up here. I was thinking, like, those lights from Life and Death and making them a little bit bigger, but I don't know how I'm going to kind of make that work. So I'm just like kind of bringing together all of this random stuff in my brain that I thought about when I was thinking about this build, and I just don't know whether or not some of it's going to work, but I kind of want to make it work. So, you know, I kind of want to have, like, you know, the lights going across the rink in a bigger way. The other option is I could try and get the Life and Death, not the Life and Death, but the Businesses and Hobbies lights, and try and angle them with tulle. I've never done that either, so I don't think that's going to probably be the best idea, but yeah, I want to have, like, lots of pretty lights for nighttime is kind of my plan. but I don't know how I'm going to set that up. I just had all of these vague ideas with no real thought about how I was going to execute any of them. It's just kind of like that's about where I'm going into this build, is just like vague plans and no idea how I'm going to execute any of them. So there is that. So you guys get to see me experiment a little bit with what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So with Life and Death, what I find really handy with the lights for that is that you can just type in pole and you actually get the matching pole that goes with the lights, and you can have that as a separate thing, which I think is really handy. So it just means that you can be a little bit more flexible with how you kind of, set your lights up and everything. I want that sitting in the middle. I wonder if I could do that in the middle. Does that still connect? I think it does, yeah. So I really like that with Life and Death, these lights, because, if you do need to do what I'm doing right now and have like your lights, a little bit more separate, then, you can kind of do that and just have your pole floating where you need your pole floating without having to, double over your lights into the poles, which sometimes you have to do, like, how you have to double end your lights and make it work that way. Okay, do that and that. I think that'll work. Vaguely. This might need to spin around a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to get this on the right angle. We'll see. So does anybody have, for those that celebrate Christmas, do you have anything sort of planned or anything else in the December kind of celebration time period? Because there's a lot of different celebrations happening in December, not just Christmas, but does anybody have sort of any other celebration that they like to have over the Christmas period that they are looking forward to? We do Christmas. We do it as a sort of a family tradition. It's not like a any sort of other tradition, like a religious tradition or anything like that. It's just purely a family traditional kind of thing. And yeah, we do Christmas, and it's basically just some family stuff, kids, presents. That's basically it. Nothing too complicated, but it's just like a chill day. Whoa. To just spend family time together, which is quite nice. I don't know if this is going to stretch all the way across. I feel like it's not going to, so I feel like maybe then, in this instance, can I get away with going like this way? Matching the angle. Oops. Oh! I know what I've done. Whoops. Wrong one. That's why it's not working. I was like, why is this suddenly not reaching when the others have all reached? I know why. Because it's the wrong one. I'm supposed to be stretching it over to this one. Doy. Oh, boy. I feel like I need a whole lot of caffeine today. We'll wake the old brain up. Okay. So we're going to have like that running through. I don't know how I'm going to make this work, but we've got some lights. Oh, and I've got no thing connecting over there. Okay, so I need the pole. Dun, 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 dun. Mr. Pole, Mr. Pole. There we go. Why is he a mister? Because he's got a pole. Hello. That's just a pole joke for you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Made it up just for you all. It was excellent, I know. I'm contemplating a very serious future as a stand-up comedian, and I feel like, I've already had a positive start to that with that awesome joke that I just made that I think nobody was listening to, so it's fine. I don't know if that's too high or what. Like, should I go like lower on it? I don't know. Like, it feels like ridiculously high, and then I should have something else connecting that to make it look right. but also in a way I kind of like it, but in a way I kind of like it looks a little bit too oversized. Ugh. And then if I go smaller, as soon as I go smaller, it's not going to stretch across. That's the problem. But I mean, it would kind of look. Would it look kind of weird if I put a roof on it? Messina, I'd at a gathering in my office. Apparently, a bunch of co-workers came in, so I didn't have my headset. Oh, you weren't listening to my awesome jokes. It's fine. I know. You know, I don't expect everybody to sit here and like listen to me for 2 hours yammering away. Life happens, and you have things to do, right? I get it. Where are we gonna go? Like that, and then if we did that medium. I think that might be about the right height, but let's see how we go. I'm just thinking whether or not a roof would be dumb over this. Let's just try it out. Let's see how we go. We can always not have a roof. It's not like I have to do it. I'm just testing out the idea of it. I mean, this looks enormous, but you know, you kind of get the idea. Hi! Hi! I'm just doing all the highs. I'm being comedically entertaining, apparently. This is, I don't know, what do you guys think? Is this like a giant, is this too giant? It seems too giant to me. I don't know. Da, 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 just trying some ideas. You know, that's the fun of building, is that, you know, you can sometimes try out some different ideas and stuff. You don't think it's too big? What else am I trying to fit on the lot? I'm trying to fit a hot chocolate shop. But if I'm thinking, like, if I'm having something like that, then I'm probably going to have, like, the hot chocolate shop round about here. And I wanted to have that front to it. And I'm thinking we can probably go like 2 levels on the hot chocolate shop. But I kind of want to have the top level be like seating and open, and then then the bottom level just, you know, the shop area. But it just feels kind of ginormous. But I don't know. Let's see how let's just plot it out and see how it kind of looks, and then I can make my plans. Make my plans and see what happens. How do I want to roof this? Nope, not that one. That's how I want to roof that. Copy and paste. There we go. And bring it in. Bring it in, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, no. We'll do like a little one in between, I think. And I'm thinking we can maybe get away with like a sharper angle at the top, which could work. Sabrina, you hate diagonal roofs. Oh, diagonal roofs are, yep, they are horrible to work with. Particularly when you have to combine them with like a non-diagonal roof. It's just, yeah, it's just horrible. I absolutely get that. I'm trying to get better at it. So I'm trying to not avoid them, but at the same time, yeah, they are absolutely hideous to work with. So, yep. Yippers. Nopers to that. Yippers and nopers to that. I don't like them either. They can be very tricksome, right? Very tricksome. I wonder if I had, like, a little... I'm just thinking, like, a little balcony running around. Which, I mean, I realize it doesn't really look like I'm doing a balcony right now, but I am, I promise. I think that's too big. Oops. So we can go like this and run a balcony around, potentially. Da. And, oopsie. Do I want to keep that wider or not? I don't know. Let's see. Probably not. I think I'll delete that and not have that covered. Yeah, I think so. Are we building in Windenburg? Yes, we are. We are building in Windenburg today. So look at that. That's the lovely seaside area down in the town. We're building like a little one down on the 30 by 30 lot. So we're building on a 30 by 30 lot today. So that's cool. I wonder if we can get this at the same angle. I think that might be too high if I do that with the same angle on this one. I'm still uncertain about that whole thing, but we'll make it work. So if we bring that in, and then I don't know if I can make that work with this. It's just no, it's not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is like a little fence around there, and maybe we can lift it up as like a little roof around there, and we can do a platform trim of some sort. Platform trim. Oh, we can maybe use the seasons one because we're using the seasons rink as well. So that kind of makes sense, right? You can do seasons, and then the seasons. I love when we have like the matching foundation and the matching, platform trims. It makes such a difference, and I'm so glad that they're starting to actually go back to that. I think that's really, really cool, and we can probably do like a little side area coming out through here just to make it look less insanely square. But I don't often use a lot of the season stuff, so it's actually quite nice. What's happening to my roofing? Oh, it's kind of weird. Okay, might have to do something else. I don't know if the trim's going to work on this. Let me just see. Okay, should work. Sometimes it can, like, when you roof on top of roof, sometimes it can be a little bit weird with the trim, so that can work. That can work. Yeah, everyone's been sick at the moment. Hey, it's been one of those weird things. Like it's we're coming in towards the end of spring here, and it's just been like this bout of like sickness going around. Like my eldest son is actually still at school. I mean, at home at the moment. So yeah, I've just managed to get my younger son off to school today, which is fortunate. He was feeling better because we had school photos today. So wanted to make sure that he had his school photos taken, all that sort of thing. I would love that for him and for me because I want those school photos. Thank you very much. So yeah, he had his school photos today, and so he's trotted off back to school, feeling a lot better, hopefully, and ready to get back into it. But my eldest son still has a pretty rough cough, so he's still home, and probably not feeling all that sad about it. I don't know how this is going to work with. I have to work on the colors, I think, a little bit because I want to use the get together, the get together trim. Maybe I do want to have this up here. Maybe I want to have this flat and running in like that. And then running forward. Actually, you know what I want to kind of do? I want to do like a half wall, and then we can put like a sign on there. I think that might be quite cool. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those weird times of year where it's just like feels like there's like a lot of the a lot of bugs going around, which is no fun at all. Nobody likes the bugs. So buzz off bugs, that's what I say. Dun, 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 dun. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So let's see how this looks without columns and stuff. And oh, I should add in some spandrels too. And then how that's all kind of going to look. Maybe with some trim. And we can just do like a fence maybe. Maybe I could do a fence. That might work a treat. That's not going to be the right color. That's the problem, you know, obviously with the older packs, you know, the colors don't always work with the trims and the you know, with the woods being different colors and, you know, that sort of thing. So sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to do some of the things that you want to do because, you know, some of the woods don't match. So with the get together wallpaper, actually, before I get too deep into that, get together. Ice rink and hot chocolate shop. And I still need to have like an entrance area running through there in the landscaping. We'll have some seating. Poop on the bugs. What? Poop on the bugs. Why are we pooping on bugs? I don't feel like the bugs did not deserve that poop on them. Unless they're like a dung beetle. In which case the dung beetles are like, yeah, baby. What if we went down one? That sticks them through there, doesn't it? Darn. Okay, I have to stick with that. No pooping on the bugs in the center. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to tell you this. Every time. I joke. I'm having a jokey day. Oh, actually, that might work. If you can't joke about your day, I mean, that's just sad. It's nice to be able to joke a little bit, hey? Ooh, we can do like different patterns and stuff. Which pattern do I want to do? I don't know. Ooh, with this one? And maybe we can do something different up on the roof. Maybe I just want a plainer. And then we can do like decorative up the top. Yeah. Decorative. I don't know. I don't know how this will turn out. We'll just see. I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going. Sometimes you just don't know and you just like keep going. Trust the process. It'll be fine. Something will work out. It'll come together. I'll just throw stuff on it until it, you know, kind of works out. But I think we're kind of making progress there. Like we've got a little hot chocolate shop. We've got our ice rink, which we have now discovered that you can have a roller rink and an ice rink. So good to know that. So terrain tool wise, I reckon we're going to have our path running in through here and up through there. So we can have like a little garden coming in there. And then this is going to be our entrance area. So I want to have like a cute little entrance area for the kiosks to kind of be under. So I don't want to have the kiosks necessarily in the hot chocolate shop. I want them to kind of be coming in here and like going into their hot chocolate shop or going off to go ice skating over there. And then we want to have like a nice little kind of area here for your seating to put on your skates. Not that the Sims really need it, but it's always nice to have like a little bit of seating, right? And then this is just our pathwork running through there. And I feel like maybe we could have perhaps like a little sheltered employee maybe area here. And then that's like, you know, got stairs coming off it. So like, you know, it's employee kind of only area running off the back. Yeah, that could work. So stairs running down there. We'll do a little platform there. That all makes sense, right? And if I do another second platform over here, and we'll make it a really teeny tiny one, just a little one gritter, and we'll copy and paste it down there. And I just need to make a gap. Doesn't really matter where I paste it, really. And then look at that, we've got like a little stair going down. Oh, genius! Oh, pretty. We can make that work. Okay, so we've kind of got our path running in there, and then I need another little path running through here. So we have like a little bit of garden around here, a little bit of garden there, paving, probably a tree of some sort. I mean, we can go, what do you think of going like, would it be insane to go like glass on the ice rink mixed with, ooh, I don't know, if we want to go like brown, what kind of roof do we want to go with? We could go with the life and death one. Good question. What do I want to go with? Oh, the Enchanted by Nature is quite nice. I feel like I need to have like a darker kind of contrast color to the browns, because we've got quite a lot of browns, so I need to mix that contrast that up a little bit. But I can go black or I can go grey. I feel like grey is going to mix too much with the rocks, so I might go with black, and we'll see how we kind of go with it. Right, that's our basic shape, I think, at this stage. We'll just make it work. So that's our basic shape. Oh, let's just go with that. Freezers, why do you stick out? Oh, man. I don't want to have like a little, I want to have a tall roof. Okay, we have to go with something else. Something else that does not stick out. Good luck with that, Velvet. Oh my god. Also, if you are interested, on my YouTube channel, when I hit 2K subs, which I'm not very far away from, I think I need about another 35 subs or something like that, I will be doing a giveaway over on, my YouTube channel. So if you are interested in the, what am I giving away? So I'm going to be giving away Jungle Adventure, Home Chef Hustle, and the two new kits. So that's Garden to Table. Oh my god, I remember the name of it. And Modern Retreat. So if you are interested in any of those packs and that giveaway, and you're not subbed to my channel, just maybe head over there, give me a sub. And I do regular giveaways as new packs and stuff come out, just because I am part of the EA Creator Network. So you know, you get to take advantage of that and enjoy some pack giveaways and stuff over there. So yeah, and plus you get all my lovely content. So you know, I feel like it's a win-win for everybody. You get all my lovely content. More of me. Why does this look blue and not black? There we go. So yeah, it shouldn't be too long until we start that giveaway, and the new kits will be coming out next Friday, right? So Friday for the new kits, which is pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing the new kits and how they kind of work together with what we currently have in the game, and how I'm going to build with them, because you know, I'm always excited for new stuff that we can build with. It's a very exciting thing for me, so yes please to that. I might just stick with that, and I just wonder whether or not I do just like a plain little black trim. I'm not finding the trim that I like, so you know, we'll just go a different option. So I think I want to bring like a little bit more black in there. And then we can just delete that in between part. Oh, shoot, wrong thing I'm deleting. I was busy bobbing up and down, that's why. Did I get it all? Did I get it all? Did I get it all? Let's see. We're going to go down the advantages of the Sims 3 camera. Thank you very much. There we go. Whoa, that was a view. Are we 1 hour in already? Oh my gosh, that's just flown by. I feel like I've done nothing. But, you know, to be fair, I have done stuff, so that's not true at all, is it? 1 hour in. Can you believe it? What else should I have there? I think that's pretty good as far as just like the basics. I just don't know what I want to do as far as other decorations around the place. I don't know. So do I want to have like you know, like some more rocks around the place just to look at, like, you know, make it look like a little bit more natural, like to have the rocks here. That's what I'm kind of thinking of, is, you know, stuff like that. You know, should I have the rocks coming in like maybe in this corner as well, and then maybe around a little bit around the base of the house? Maybe that's something that I should be considering. So I think maybe I will do that. And we'll have like a few, like, yeah, I think we will do that. Let's see how we kind of go with that. Let's check it out. Back to the rocks again. And I know how much you guys are enjoying the rocks. So I'm going back to the rocks. And we're doing some more rocks. We're loving the rocks. Oh, what if we had like a little onsen or something in the corner? Would that be weird? Oh. You know the onsen pool? Yeah, this one. Do we have that like in a grey? What if we had that here as well? Like that would be cozy. And we can like decorate like some rocks and stuff around it with the snow and stuff. Ooh. Maybe that's a little weird, but hey, maybe we want some hot chocolate and an onsen in a skate. Why not? Let's just do it. Just have some fun with it. Hopefully it's still workable, because sometimes some of these debug items do interrupt where things go, or how things work with the game, with, you know, the Sims basically. So, you know, sometimes it can be a little bit tricky with that. I don't know. I'm not sold on this yet. I'm just working out how to make this work. What if I had like a debug, like a live edit rocky fence of some description? Let's see if we can find one. Live edit. So what I want is probably maybe something cottage living-y, like having like a little rock fence kind of going around the section, and then I can kind of like bring the rocks in around the rock fence. I feel like that would make it feel like a little bit more like it's flowing naturally. Because at the moment it doesn't doesn't feel quite right to me at this point, but I feel like I can get it to look right at some point with a bit of work. Hydration. So, I mean, get together, we've kind of got like the ruins and stuff, but that's not really what we're going for. But what we want is something like, you know, like the cottage living falling down, kind of like slightly. Oh, it doesn't need to be falling down, just like your rocky kind of style fence. I feel like that would probably work quite nicely with this, but it's just finding the right kind of the right style rock that's going to work with the rocks that we have. And it's a whole, like, you know, it's a whole rock situation. I also need to add some trees in as well, so that's the thing. I wonder if I did bring this down one, and might be able to decorate around that. I just feel like that would be a better height. Okay, I've got to find some way to cover up those spiky bits. So that's cool. And then we can bring in the roof as well. Also, the roof kind of looks random there. But that's fine. Although, I could bring it all the way through and have it like coming through on that side as well. I mean, that's an option. And I can do some columns underneath it. I just need to come up with some stuff that would cover that. Just looking at, if I bring that across, no, then it's not central, right? Bring that down. And that covers some of them. Kind of. You could probably possibly do like a second one running across this way as well. It's probably going to look weird then, but just thinking. Just thinking. I've got my little thinky cap on, which is always a scary thing for Velvet to have on. A little thinky cap. These aren't particularly even, I feel like, the placement of them, as it turns out, but I think that's, you know, kind of angles. Da, da, da. Yeah, maybe you can get away with that, and I've got him distracted. I've got him well and truly distracted, but that's fine. What if you could put like a dormer or something in the center of it? Maybe. Like you have something like one of these dormers, like sitting in here. Oh no, I've been well and truly distracted, haven't I? I don't know. I'm not sold, but I'm not unsold. I think I could like maybe do something cool in the middle of this roof, perhaps. Like you know, a little towery type thing, perhaps. Maybe I need to go up another level. I don't know. They never quite sit right, these things. Let's try it on another level. Let's go up a level. 1, 2, and 3. I feel like the next level up is not going to be, it's going to be too high, but you never know. Doing complicated roofing for no particular reason. That's my job. That's what I'm doing. Just being complicated for no reason. That's me. But in theory, you could have something on top of there just to kind of connect it, right? Like the top of a pyramid. Like in the Mummy, like when in the Mummy 2, when Jonathan steals like the top of the pyramid type thing, right? Oh, that's just really the top of the pyramid. So yeah, there's something to be you could possibly potentially do there, just so it sits like a little bit more and just like connects those 4 roofs together. Is just basically what I'm trying to do there, but I don't know if I'm in love with this roofing anyway. But you know, you kind of get the idea of it. Oh, it's just getting weird now. Okay. Just getting weird. We're in a weird place. Shit, maybe I don't hate the across now that I've taken it away. I'm like, oh, I like it better with, I think. But I think I just need to run some stuff along here and just make it look like a little bit more of a cohesive roof. But you know what? That's entirely possible. So we can run things like this and maybe pop it in the more brassy color, or maybe black. Run that along, you know. Maybe that could work. 1, 2, 3. That's velvet for, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Don't know, eh? I think I've gone a little crazy. This is probably not a surprise to anyone. Gone might be the surprise that I think I've gone a little crazy when I've been a little crazy all along. As you do. In the center. Off work finally, on your way home. Yay! RIP to work, bring on home, and having a lovely Tuesday evening at home with hubby, hey? That's kind of the idea, right? These are really out of whack. Oops. My bad. Okay, in theory that kind of works. It's a little bit off because of the way that the ice rink kind of sits, but you know, maybe we can disguise that. Maybe we can hide things. I'll work on it. How's it going, Val? Well, I don't know. I don't know, Nis. At this point, I don't know. I think I've lost the plot, but that's fine. We're going to keep going and keep persevering because I don't know where I'm at, and I think I can probably go back and look at this with a clear mind and perhaps see something different, because you never quite know, right? You do a build and you're like, I don't know, maybe I've just gone insane, but you know, then you go back and look at the build and you're like, oh, I'm not as insane as I thought I was. Maybe I'm still a little bit insane, but I'm not as insane as I thought I was. So you know, maybe there's something to be said for a little bit of insanity. You never know where it's going to take you. That's nice, isn't it? Maybe you should do the get together dormers. Like that with that. And then on the other side. In the center, yes, you know that feeling. Yeah, I feel like anybody that builds in The Sims 4 kind of like knows that feeling really well, right? Like you just like, you know, trust the process, but also at the same time, I think I might be insane. Actually, maybe it looks better on, go back there and do it on that side. Because we kind of got that sticky bit out there, and then we've got a sticky bit out here. So maybe that can kind of work. So yeah, I don't know if I'm insane or not at this point. So I got well and truly distracted. I got distracted by roofs, and I was supposed to be looking at fences. Oh boy, the joys of building, where you second guess everything that you're doing, or yeah, second guess everything. So let's go through and we'll see if we can find some sort of rocky kind of fence that'll work nicely. I'm just going to skip the scrolling and just go straight to cottage living and China by Nature and see what they've got to offer. Because I feel like out of the packs that we have, I feel like those are kind of most inclined to have what I'm looking for, but I could be wrong. So we've kind of got this sort of fencing here, which is what I was kind of thinking of, but I was like hoping for a more rocky looking fence. But see, I mean, that could work, but I don't really want it to be a ruin fence. I want it to be a proper fence. Maybe that. It's rather large, but it's kind of got that rock kind of feel to it though, doesn't it? And I feel like you could maybe make that work for this lot. Bring it down one. Oops. Why is one end kind of hollow? I don't know. But you know, you can kind of have it like working in a little bit like that. And you can have some rocks coming in and down from that. Maybe that might work. I kind of want to have this accessible. Let's move that out a little bit, and then we can move those in a smidge, and then that's still accessible. Okay, that's good. That's good. Messina, insane is whatever happened to my yum shell house. The more I look at it, the more I hate it. I so get that. Like sometimes you just build something, and you know you think, oh, it's not as bad as I think it is. But then the more you think about it, and the more you look at it, you're just like, no, I hate it. I just hate it. And yeah, I get that. And just like sometimes it comes down to your concept. You second guess yourself a lot, right? Yeah. It's one of those things. I think every builder does at some point or another, more than once in their building times. But I think this might be working. I think I might be okay with this fence. It's kind of weirdly hollow when you look at it, but if you hide the hollow parts, I think you're good. Sabrina, you're working on a beautiful ghost right now. Oh, that's so sweet. So if you guys do want to take part in a CAS challenge, I have got one running at the moment for my cauliflower generation of Very Veggie. So I've posted that in my Discord and on my YouTube channel. And basically, if you want to take part, all you need to do is make a spouse or a partner for my future cauliflower heir. Her name is Florette. And you can make whoever you like. And the challenge is I've given you some aspects of the sim that you can choose from. So you have to choose at least 2 aspects that you want that the sim has that you have to include in your sim. Let me bring it up actually very quickly. Just a moment. It's a lot easier when I'm reading it than I am trying to remember what I did, because I can't remember things. So this is the Very Veggie CAS challenge. It's a Very Veggie Valentine. So basically you are creating a spouse for my cauliflower gen heir. Her name is Florette. There's no rules on the type of sim, but must be able to create kids of some sort. Our colour theme is green and white. You must choose at least 2 of the following aspects to create your sim's story. So, listens to Taylor Swift, only likes brown shoes, thinks dumpsters are cool, lived in 5 different worlds as a child, eats candy every day, wants to fly, wants to be rich, is smarter than you, loves cauliflower, and left home as a teen. So that's due on the 25th of November. You have to upload to the gallery with VVV cauliflower. The winner is selected by a wheel spin. I'm not going to be picking and choosing. It's just a random pick. But all entries will be added to my Very Veggie save anyway. Just only one will be the spouse. And I will do like a little entry showcase as well on my YouTube channel. So I can show off all the entries and what they all came together and looked like. So I thought that would be fun for the Very Veggie challenge and something a little different, right? So it's probably something that I'm going to do for each of the generations that we have left in the Very Veggie challenge is, you know, yeah, like a little CAS competition. That'll be fun. I don't know if I want these bigger or smaller. I think maybe smaller might look a little less insane-y. I don't know at this point what's insane and what's not. So, you know, what do I know? Let's go a little smaller. It does mean that they sit better on the lot as well. But hey, you can sort of see it coming together, right? Coming together, right? Yeah, coming together. This in a year, and it's too late to scrap and restart. Yeah, I get that. I get that. it's just like you've gotten to the point of no return. Right? It's like I can't come back from this. It's too late. I just have to keep on going with it. So in theory, we can have that, although I think I want to go a little wider. So the thing that I need to work out is how to get my little kiosk kind of entryway happening. And I've still got to go back to stones. So stones we've got to do. Rocks. It's the fun rock challenge where I've got to do rocks of the snowy variety. Yep. That's fine. So if we can do... Oh, I want snowy ones. Snowy ones. I wonder if I could go any smaller than that. No, I just need to shrink them down. I just need to elevate them. -1. -1.5. No. -1.75. Oh, no. I forgot the minus. -1.8. I think that'll work. And I reckon we could get a tree in there as well. So we can kind of get our onsen in there. So hopefully that's workable. And our snowy rocks and snow and stuff. And I want to get like a little bit more sort of snow running around the place, so it's just kind of there year round, so you don't have to worry about the weather, is my plan. Okay, and elevate, what did I go? -1.8, right? -1.8. Problem with this is that I need the onsen to go in a little further because I need to have a path. Okay. Restart. Because I need the path to come in through here. So I only really have the stones coming in around that. And obviously the onsen needs to be accessible. Wait, that's the wrong way around. So I need to have the path still running through here, so I can't really bring the rocks in any further than that. Right, we'll get there. I'm sure, like, maybe it just needs, like, a little bit of tweaking, Nasina, for your house. I mean, sometimes that happens, where you just, just maybe need to tweak it a little bit. -1.5. And hopefully that would kind of help. I would hope. They're just that smidge too big, and I don't know if this is going to really affect our onsen use and how that's kind of going to go. But I love like how there's like little icicles dripping down that. I think that's really cool. I do wonder whether or not I combine like the rocks a little more with the fencing. Maybe that's the solution. It's like a little bit more combination with the rocks and the fencing running through. That could be the way to go about it. And then we can have like a little bit more running down through here. And then that kind of pours down into a rock situation like this. Could work. Could work. And little icicles running around. We've got like that running through. Keeping in mind, these are going to be reduced down a little bit. So, I mean, elevated down. So they're not going to be as, you know, as big. And I'm just half thinking that we get a tree or something in there somehow, but I'm not really sure. Oh, sure how a tree would fit there, so maybe we won't. But, you know, there's like, you know, the rocks coming through. I feel like that's a little bit more working and more natural, like in terms of the flow. So I'm a bit happier with that. And then we just need to try and get this onsen just working. So make sure that it is actually a working thing, because I don't like to build builds that are non-functional and put them up on the gallery. I just don't see the you know, I want to share it and you know, have it be functional for people. So that's just sort of me. I know people like put the non-functional stuff up in there and just, you know, showcase like a cool build, which is cool. It's just my preference is to go functional over non-functional. So that's what it comes down to, really. I feel like maybe we just need like a really small rock down here. Ooh, what about these? Might work. And put like maybe a little... Need some tiny rocks. There we go, that'll do the trick. Mix those in. There we go. And a little bit of snow coming in through here. Okay, can we get some snow running in along this way? I reckon we can. And I reckon some few rocks coming out of there. Look at that. That kind of works, right? I feel like that works. I'm not unhappy with that. Now that I've gotten to this sort of point. We just need to check whether or not this is actually functional, though. Let's go relax in the hot springs. Let's go. Oh my gosh, it's functional, my friends. It's functional. He doesn't need fears. He's a playtest sim. He's not an active sim. Okay, there we go. We are happily able to actually get in the hot springs. I may not be able to get my sim out of the hot springs, as it turns out. He does not want to get out. But he got in, so he's happy. So we have our path running in there. We're going to have our seating down here. So then that leaves us with our kiosk area, which we kind of need to set up. And perhaps a tree, some trees around the place. What is the get together debug like? Let's find out. Get together debug. I mean, everything on this lot is oversized, so it doesn't look too bad. I've just gone insanely big, and I don't know why. But that's fine. We'll just go insanely big today. It's the way we're doing things today. I don't want one right in the front of the house because that's going to block the view. So another one kind of there, and a little garden around it. And it does just feel right to have one over here somewhere. I don't know if we can fit one in. See, that's not right. Maybe there. Can we still walk through there though? That's the question. We can have it like right there in the corner, and they can still walk through there. I think that works. Maybe a little tree there as well. Okay. I think that works. That works, that works, that works, that works. And then we can do like some more of those white flowers that we had before from Outdoor Retreat. Granite Full Blossoms, that's them. I'm going to use some more of those around the place. I mean, they're white and they work, I feel like. And I can add in like some more greenery with that as well. I've just got to decide on which greenery, but that sort of gives us what we want for, you know, a little bit of flowery stuff. You know, they kind of look a little bit like winter flowers, so that's why I'm going in that direction. And I want to add in, oh god, get down out of the roof, Velvet. Maybe some mushrooms and bits and pieces, you know, like from Cottage Living. So maybe we'll bring up Cottage Living, because I love those little mushrooms around the place. I think they're so cute. Like these little mushies here. You know, you kind of mix them with the grass and stuff. They are so sweet. There we are. Because I feel like, you know, you're not going to have like a lot of growth during winter, so I don't want to go like overboard on the plants. I think I want to go like a little bit more, you know, a little bit more focused on like the rocks and stuff. But a few little plants around the place, nothing wrong with that. Mushrooms. I kind of want to put something along here, along this fence here, and I don't know what I want to put along here. And also along the side here with in terms of like a garden. Ooh, what shall we do? What shall we do? What shall we do? I'm just going to colour it all in. It's like a colouring page. We can colour it all in and we'll come up with something. Still got to work on my kiosk. Because I don't quite know what I want to do there. So flowers, and those are winter flowers. That's what I'm calling them, okay? They're winter flowers, and that's just what we're going with. So how am I going to do the kiosk coming in? Also thinking maybe like a little bit more, like a little bit of grass or something running in through here. And oh, you know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use those cool ferns. These ones here, the green fern. I love this fern. This fern is amazing. It's the bestest fern. It's just such a pretty fern. It's like so pretty and delicate and lovely. To make sure none of that's floating, it looks okay, but yeah, I love that fern. It's a good fern. You know, you can kind of like put it in between things as well, which is part of its charm for me. What was the other thing I was using? Grasses. That's one of your fave plants, Nis? Yeah, it's one of my fave plants as well. It's so versatile. You know, you can kind of use it for a lot of different things, and I really like that about it. You gotta remember that I'm gonna do this all sort of snow covered as well. So there's gonna be like the ground's gonna be like, you know, a lot of snow on it and things like that. So it's a cool fern, that one. Maybe we can just like run the fern like kind of running along here. Little ferny. Too many fernies. Some fernies and some grasses. Oh, and oh, I know. Oh, what was that rock that I was using the other day? Oh, I don't know, there's some rock that I was using. This is very specific. There was some rock that I was using the other day that I want to use again, and I can't remember what pack it's from. 1 hour, 35 minutes in. Save and hydrate. Thank you, Bunny. We will save that here. This is not the Harbour Quarter gym that you know and love. This is a entirely different animal. There was oh, is it Horse Ranch? Oh, it's a horse ranch. I found it straight away. I like how I found it straight away. Oh, that's awesome. But it was the Horse Ranch one. I really liked these rocks, and I like that they're kind of straight and easy to use for like a garden outline. Just like, yes, please. There we go. And I reckon maybe we can put some of those white blossoms in that we were using from Adventure Awaits as well. Not Adventure Awaits. The one that's older. You know, that one. What's it called? Outdoor Retreat. No, yes, Outdoor. No, is it Outdoor Retreat? Yes. God. I lost the blood. Okay. So I feel like, you know, if you haven't got snowy weather, you still got that sort of like snowy vibe to it all. Snow. Don't we love it for a wintry kind of feel? Snow pal. Yeah, we got a snow pal. Awesome. Snowy pal. And we've got like our debug snow. As I said, I wanted to have like snow kind of year round. So you don't have a choice. This is going to be snowy. Oh, achoo! I sneezed. There's forced snow situation going on here. You have to have the snow. It's just the rules. You don't get a choice about it. It's snow or go. Ha ha! That rhymes. Snow or go. That's the name of the game today. Snow or go. The new event rocks are everything. Oh yeah. You know what? Honestly, I have barely used them. I love them though. They're fantastic, but genuinely I have barely used them. Not for any particular reason. I just haven't. I haven't been using that sort of rock, I guess. But yeah, I love them. I think they're fantastic, and they are a great addition to our game. So I love that. I love them. Now I do want to have like the ticket kiosks that we got with businesses and hobbies, because we are running this as a small business venue. So my idea is I kind of want to have like a few coming in, and I want to have them under some sort of shelter. But in saying that, I'm not quite sure how to make that work and not look dumb. So it's possible that's not going to happen. So I'm thinking I might just plan out my seating area at this stage and get our terrain paint down. And then we'll sort of just relook at that and see what we want to do. Oh, we can go like the snowy escape tables. Like around here. With the little, you know, the little bit of fur on them. A little bit of seating cover. Nice and cozy. Oh, and we can do the, you know, the lovely... the Adventure Awaits heater things. Those things. Just making sure that that's all on the level. I think so. And I'm thinking, oh, I was going to have all this open up the top too, wasn't I? But I've really just gone off book with that, and I'm not doing that. So, yeah, I'm not doing that. I was planning on having that all open, but I'm not. So I think we can definitely fit in a bathroom in the interior. I was thinking about doing an exterior bathroom, you know, just like a little public bathroom thing, but I think with the space that we have available to us. I don't think we need to do that option. So yay. I'm wondering if I do this. Is this going to ruin the whole roof thing? Yep. Look at that, ruining the whole lot. Luckily, we have the undo button, so I don't have to ruin it. Oh, I wonder if I have like one of these in the middle here. Oh, that's insanely big. What if we make that just like less insanely big, like 1.5? There we go. I don't know. It works. So, we have the, what are they called? What's the adventure weight things called? I know they're in Dine Out as well, but I might just do adventure weights, because it's newer. Newer. That's it. The toasty tower lamp. That's the one. We can do that in black. A couple of those around the place. Be nice and toasty. Guess you don't need it if you're in the hot springs. The other thing that we kind of need is a rubbish bin. I do wonder whether or not I put this, shrink this down and put this on an angle. If that's going to... Oh, I need a smaller version of this. Darn it. Is this a smaller version of this? No way. Wait, it is? Ah, smaller version. Where did that come from? Oh, high school years. Okay. Same thing, but high school years. Interesting. Turn around the way that I want you to. Okay, if we go like around, I think that angle might not be quite right. I'm just trying to get the same angles. I've got the kiosks there. See, that's going to cut that off, right? So that's not ideal. So if we bring that in on a slight angle, and then can maybe do something along there. I don't think we need to really do any. Oh, this is where I kind of got a little unstuck when I was coming up with what I wanted to do today. Is I wasn't quite sure how I was going to get these covered up. I feel like they need to be, but I'm not really sure how I want to actually get it looking and on the same angle, and yeah, the way that I want it, so it's not looking like dumb. I was half thinking like doing the same thing that we did on that second level there, which is like a little fence kind of, you know, thing. The other thing is there is like the little half shelter canopies, which might also be an option if I can find them, that we have in some of the packs as well. But let's just have a wee look and see what our options are and whether or not we've kind of got, like, I was thinking like something like this and then coming out through there, but something that looks obviously a little bit better with that, and then we have like the path coming in. That's the kind of thing I want. So let's see if we can find what we want with this. But I feel like that, you know, it's actually coming together and say I'm not 100% on that roof. I quite like this building. I mean, if we took the roof away, how dumb would that look? Versus with the roof. That might be one of those things I just like go and take another clear look at that when I'm with a fresh brain. You know how sometimes it's just a good idea to just like take a break from something and come back to it another time and then just make your decision then, roof or no roof. Because I feel like, you know, I'm in that sort of situation where I don't know if I see it clearly at this point. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't know if it's the best option. You like the roof? Okay. Okay. I'm just wondering whether or not I add, like, some more bits and pieces to it as well. Like, I've still got to add in the lighting and, you know, all that sort of thing as well. So, you know, all the little extras that come along with, you know, just decorating the exterior and stuff. So, still got to add all that, you know, some little doodads and bits and pieces to it. But, you know, it's just a case of, maybe you can have like a little romantic seating nook down there. Of just maybe I just need to go back and just maybe look at it, perhaps with fresh eyes. But yeah, it's not allowed. Oh, is it the hashtag that's not allowed? Oh, okay, hang on. I didn't actually test that, so what was it? VVV cauliflower. Okay. Sabrina, do you want to just test that with just velvet cauliflower instead? Like, just try it with VELVETT cauliflower and see if that works for me. Just, yeah, I mean, I can change the hashtag and just update that, so that's not really a big deal. But so if there's something that works, just let me know, and we'll go with that for the hashtag, and I'll send out the change after stream, so that everybody can sort of upload with it. Because I don't want to, you know, obviously have something that isn't usable. I don't know if I like that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe you can do that. Thank you. Just let me know, and we'll run with that. I think that'll maybe work quite nicely. It baffles me that these holiday snowmen that we got in the game are not white, like the color of snow. It just genuinely baffles me that we don't have white snowmen that we can just put in the game. I know they're called Snowy the Snowman, but why isn't he white? I'm looking for a shelter. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting distracted. The center, yes, maybe some holiday decor, more lights, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking around, like particularly around the exterior of the hot chocolate shop and stuff. I feel like we can add in some more stuff. Velvet cauliflower works just fine. She's uploaded. Awesome. Is it velvet with 1 T or 2 T's? Because you know I've got the 2 T's. 2 T's, yo. I did not see a shelter that I liked. I'm thinking. I know there's no sand. I know they are. But I wanted like a white snowman. That's what I was complaining about. I was just like, I want a white snowman so it can go with my snow. Because that would be nice. But such is life. 1 T. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you very much. So it was velvet 1 T cauliflower. Awesome. I'll update my graphic and let people know that. Thank you kindly. I would prefer 2 T's if possible. It just makes it a lot less confusing, I think, for people if I have you know, consistent naming. But if it's a bother, then we'll just leave it. But I do prefer the 2 T's for my velvety goodness. My velvety goodness. It's just, you know, one of those things where it's just easier if it matches my name, because I'm more likely to spell it right then. And then it's connected to my name. You know, one of those things. But I don't mind. It's not the biggest deal in the world. It's just a hashtag. It's just a hashtag, my friends. Ah, this is what I was looking for. This thing. Because I know there's like a debug version of it, but I didn't want the debug version of it. I wanted the actual version of it. Because the debug version, you can't put things under, as I have discovered, because I was using it for my Mediterranean family home that I made, I think a week or so ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, that's not quite right. I discovered that the debug version, because I had to build that on a budget, so I used the debug version, and I tried to put a seat underneath it, and it was just like, nah, you ain't doing that, bud. That could work. That could work. And in there, and in there. So, okay. Okay. So that's our kiosk going in there, and then we have our terrain tools. Which flooring shall we do? So we can go like that one. That one. Or that one. I want to use the get-together ones. We'll go that one. The center. There's some annoying debug things you can't do anything with. Resize or put it under or above, and it's annoying. You get it, but still, yeah. I was... What was I playing around with? I was playing around with something yesterday, and it wouldn't resize. Oh, actually, no, it was just a minute ago. The snow debug from Snowy Escape. That doesn't resize. I was literally just doing it a few minutes ago. The large flat snow from Get Together. I mean Snowy Escape. That does not work for resizing, as it turns out. So yeah. You can't wait for me to see it? I can change it. Give me a sec. Okay. Sure thing. Oh, whoopsies. Re-uploaded with 2 T's. Awesome. Should we have a wee look-sees? What did I say? Cauliflower. Velvet cauliflower. Nothing found. Oh, that's my library. Ooh, look at that. Shadeborn. Very cool. Is it Colin or Colleen? Is it E or Colin? Colin Shadeborn. She ran away from home. Oh, I won't read the story yet. I'll get spoiled. But oh my gosh, she looks amazing. Look at that. I'm gonna say unspoiled with the hashtag, but yeah. Oh, very exciting. I'm gonna have fun like checking out all of those cool hashtags. Actually, you know what? We should probably have like a little garden or something, a little corner. I do like the idea of the pergola there in that corner. Something in that corner, like a little romantic spot, right? I feel like that would be quite nice. But it needs to be wintry. Wintry something. Something wintry that I can put in that corner that can be like a little snuggle spot. What do you guys think? Like a little... Hi, TC. Oh, God. Hello there, child. How are you? TGC 316. Hello, darling. Are you watching me? Hello. Sabrina, I really hope that's who I think it is, because if it's not who I think it is, then that's awkward. If it's not who I think it is, you found my stream, did you? Awesome. If it's not my if it's not my son, then this is going to be an awkward conversation. Jeez Louise, imagine that. Oh boy, got that wrong. Colleen with the emphasis on the E's. Okay, so Colleen. Right, gotcha. You know what? I might just do the romantic garden stuff. Nah, it's you. Okay, I thought so. Awesome. Nothing better to do than watch your mum stream, hey? That's sweet. What a sweet boy. Watch your mum stream. Well, Well, guess what? We are building a cool little ice rink and hot chocolate shop. And I know you like hot chocolate, so I think you would be into that. Just trying to decide on the color. I feel like I do want this in the corner. Like, my initial instinct was right. And having that in the corner is going to be like, you know, matches like the little bits of ivy over there. And we can have like the cute little seat there. So for a nice little snuggle spot, right? And I can do some more rocks around there as well, which will be cool. Also, I want to use this trellis, but, you know, it's not overly wintry. It's more spring-like, so it's not really the great thing to use. But I need to use that trellis more, I feel like. It's one of those things. Oh, well, that's nice. Look at that. My lovely child is in stream watching me. How sweet is that? Do a little rocky corner, and then we can do more of our lovely snowy escape rocks, because they've been our go-to for this, and they've given us all that snowy vibe. And I need live edit on, and we'll go into rocks there. So what were we talking about? Oh yeah, it's the cash challenge. So I need to let everybody know that that change is happening. So I'll update my graphic and everything like that, and we'll get that changed over, because that's good to know. Because I mean, it's, unless you're uploading with the hashtag, you don't actually know it's a forbidden word. And why VVV is a forbidden word is hard to know, but it is a forbidden word. So we're just gonna have to run with that and make it work. That's fine. It's fine. I reckon we can maybe do a little bit of snow coming in through here. And make it kind of snowy in there as well. Like, you know, like you can imagine like having a, oh, what have I done? A, you know, cute little snowy snuggle spot. You know, it's cold and it's like you want to warm up with your partner, and yeah, that would be cute, right? I feel like it would be cute. And a little bit of snow running down there. This is the one, oh, it was not that one. I couldn't resize something else. I just wish there was like another like teeny tiny rock that was like a little bit snowier, that you could like put in there. Like a little small rock would be great, but you know, it is what it is. You can't have everything you want in this game, despite our giant wish lists that the Sims sometimes, you know, try to fulfill for us. We still don't have everything we want in the game. But I feel like if we had everything we wanted in the game, we'd get bored. So, or we'd be less creative, maybe? You know, maybe we'd be less creative if we had everything we wanted in the game. Because I feel like a lot of creativity does come from, you know, having to work with things that, or trying to come up with things, with stuff, you know, that perhaps you didn't even think of using. It forces creativity. That's what I'm saying. And I like that. Oh God. I like that we can actually, you know, that we are being pushed to be creative with the items that we do have in the game. And I feel like limitations are actually good for that. So I'm never against, I always want more stuff and new stuff. But, you know, I'm never against limitations in a game as well for that reason. Because, you know, I feel like if we had this, like, for example, if we had the slider, like how I got halfway through and got distracted, you know, the paint slider that I think we had in Sims 3, right? There was a slider. I feel like if I had that, I would just have too many options and I'd be able to do whatever I wanted. And then I would kind of get either overwhelmed or bored with that, or I don't know. I would worry if I had too many things to choose from and had everything I wanted, or the ability to do whatever I wanted. I don't know. I have a feeling that it would not be great for me, and I would get overwhelmed perhaps. But yeah, it seems like it would be too much for me. But then again, I didn't really play Sims 3, so I don't know what the difference is between, you know, having everything you wanted and then having a limited amount. but I love building in Sims 4, so, you know, perhaps this is all I need. Nisina, it'd be too much. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Like, I feel like it would be way too much to have all of the things that I wanted, because, I mean, to get around and to get the things that I want in the game, I have to be creative about it. And I actually genuinely love that. And it's part of why I really like a base game build as well, because it forces my creativity, because I'm having to think outside the box to get, to get the things that I want and, to work with in the game, and, have the house looking the way that I want. It pushes that creativity level, and I think that's a good thing. We are 2 hours in. Save, hydrate, and have a stretch. Thank you, Bernie. I shall. I mean, we haven't even got to the inside yet, but to be fair, the inside isn't going to take very long, so we might actually even be able to finish this today, because I think we're just about done with the exterior. Like, I'm going to tweak it a little bit off camera and play around with, like, the roofing and just make a decision about the roofing, because I'm not sure at this stage. So I'll do that a little bit off camera, because I think I need to take a break from it and look at it again in a couple of days and just look at it with fresh eyes and make a smart decision that way, But I mean, look at that. I mean, I think that's pretty cute. And I'll add like lights and things like that. I want to add like little corbels underneath, underneath the roof, and bits and pieces like that. Like the little corbels and stuff. I want to put those under the roofs, and I need to fix all that roofing up, because it's kind of looks a little odd, but we'll see if we can fix it. So I'll do all those fixes off camera, because they're not very exciting to watch, but I think I'll make it work, and we'll work it out. So things like your little corbels, and we need some windows and doors. Windows and doors might help, my friends. I reckon I'm going to go seasons, and I think that's going to be cute. So I think we can have, yeah, we haven't done any other sort of color, size. So, lots of cute little windows around the place. And set it up, and we'll have like a little balcony seating area. There we go. So, we can have a little bit of seating up there as well. I was kind of thinking maybe we could have some stuff to sell. I don't know what, though. But maybe something. That might be quite nice. And I feel like we need something underneath. That makes more sense. Maybe we need something underneath the roof like that, like a little window of some description. Although maybe we could get like a cool one from Cottage Living. You know what would be really cool is maybe for rent. Cottage Living might work, actually. Looking at this, you can have like a little one like that and like that. I'm changing my mind. Okay, hang on. I feel like cottagey might be the way to go. Mind changed. Just like that. What if we went a little bit more cottagey? That might be the cozier kind of vibe, right? Because maybe the craftsman is not quite the look that I want. See, I'm not loving that either. I think window-wise, I want to go cottage living, but possibly for rent as well. But what have we got in the way of medium-sized doors? Messina, Sims 3 was far from everything. There was a lot missing. Don't let people lie to you about it being perfect. It was great, but in its own way. Okay, good to know. I just, I feel like a lot of the Sims 3 love is from a nostalgic point of view, which absolutely makes sense for me, because I love games that I used to play from a really nostalgic point of view. So, it really does make sense to me that people do have that fondness for it from that, from that perspective. But as someone who didn't play the game and is sort of going in fresh on it, I don't have that connection with it. And yeah, I just don't. I don't know whether or not I'm going to love it or what the case is, because I've played it for like 20 minutes and that's it. So, it's hard to know whether or not that nostalgia would kind of stand up. I mean, we could maybe go that or the life and death one. It feels too big. Honestly, I think I want to go a smaller door. I think I do. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, 100% nostalgia, especially if you grew up with it. Yeah, exactly. Like, I grew up with Sims 1, for example. So, it's that has such a nostalgic an emotional connection for me, because I really, genuinely loved that game. I played it a lot. I didn't connect in the same way with Sims 2, which was, which was a shame. I would have loved to have connected in the same way with Sims 2, but I didn't. And yeah, and that sort of led to me not really playing Sims 3, which is why I skipped Sims 3, because I didn't fall in love with Sims 2, and I was just like, well, why do I want to play Sims 3 if I didn't fall in love with Sims 4, I mean, Sims 2, which makes sense, I feel like. But at the end of the day, I only came back to Sims 4 by kind of like accident, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it was just, well, not exactly an accident. Like, my friend like urged me to go back and play it again. I was just like, because I didn't love Sims 2. I was just like, well, and this is like back in the day. So it might be that I go back and play Sims 2, and I might enjoy Sims 2 from a wholly other sort of, different perspective. But as it stands, when I last played Sims 2, back when it released, I don't know what it was, but I just did not connect with it, which, was a real shame, but it is what it is. Nis, you went back and played games I loved back then, not even Sims games, and it wasn't the same feeling. Yeah, and I don't know if it ever would be the same feeling, because, you can't sort of capture that warm kind of memory in the now, because it's a memory, right? It's like it's a thing that we just can't really recapture. But I feel like the memory of it is, maybe you can go with that option. Whoopsies. China by nature, and then we can maybe go the cottage living for rent windows, perhaps. I don't mind the I don't know why I'm just leaning towards for rent. I don't know why. I think I want to go more cottagey, but I love the filigree on these for rent windows. I just absolutely love them. I don't think it's the right look for this particular build, but I have to build another one with that. Okay, cottage living windows. Let's go for those. So we're going to go that and that through there. We got a little one? That is the little one. Okay. It's not going to work. Sims 2, 3 was amazing. 4 is by far the best in my opinion, but for different reasons than most people think. I get people's gripe with it. Oh, yeah. I mean, I absolutely get why people get frustrated with Sims 4. 100%, because, you want to be able to play the game that you paid for. And why shouldn't that be the expectation? 100%. I absolutely get it. And you know what? I have some of those same opinions. Like, I would like to have a game that doesn't have bugs, left, right, and center. But in saying that, most games do have some sort of bugs. It just happens that I feel like The Sims does have an excessive amount of them, and packs should really not be released until they are in a really good working condition. And I guess there's like time pressures and things around that does make that a difficult thing. But yeah, like when they released, say, like wedding stories and For Rent are always going to be those two examples that like really stand out, right? Where packs have been released and they weren't ready to be released. That's reality, because they weren't in working condition, and they should be playable. That's the reality of it. Like, these games that are released, or these packs that are released, should be playable. And I think we all sort of feel that way, that it should be like a playable thing. And the frustration is like when they aren't playable, or people feel like they're broken and not really getting what they want from it, then they get frustrated. I think for the most part, like the games have never really been broken to the point where I can't play it. So I've never really felt all that hard done by when it comes to like pack releases and that sort of thing. But I understand, because people play differently to me and they have different expectations and needs from the game. And I get that they get frustrated with the game when it's not working the way that they need it to for their gameplay. So, it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing indeed. I don't know if I want to go black or I want to go maybe add brown, but I feel like, I don't know. Let's have a wee look. What's brown going to be better? Yeah, I feel like brown's going to be better. Oh, yep. I like the idea of the contrast with the black, but I feel like it's just a little too sharp. And we've got like black already with the roof, so we have got that contrast black working around the place, and I don't think we really need to have a lot more. It's really hard to see this side of the building. Let's go. More windows for you, little side of the building. There we are. Nasina, I think the ranchy cottagey vibe is cute. I love the yellows from Cottage Living. The yellows are so cute. Yes. I love Cottage Living is just like an S tier pack for me. Like really. I don't know about anybody else, but Cottage Living is S tier for me for sure. Cottage Living and Eco Lifestyle, and then it gets a little bit dicey in terms of S tier, but those packs are just two packs that I could play to death quite happily. They have so many features that I absolutely love, and build by gameplay. I mean, it's all there and it just works so nicely. I love it. I love it. Nasina, Wedding Stories was a disaster, definitely. Well, I mean, Wedding Stories doesn't even work now properly. I mean, having a wedding is still just like, so, yeah. It's workable. It's workable. Like, it does kind of work, but I feel like it's still not a fully perfected kind of, pack. It's just one of those things where I don't know that it will ever be a fully perfected kind of pack. I don't know. I don't have enough weddings to really worry about it too much, but I know that when the pack came out, it was definitely not a happy place for people, or not a happy time for people, because they were upset about the fact that it was not working properly. And hey, fair enough to them for that, because you buy a new pack and you kind of have the expectation that it does work. It does work properly, What if I did that and then I curved it round and went up, and curved it around and went up, and then moved that over there? You can do that. That's kind of cute. And then I don't get the crossover with the window, which is what I was trying to avoid. We were trying to avoid the little window crossover over there. Lucina, I agree. It's been up and down, better times and worse over the years. Eco was B for me, barely. S for building. Ah, Lucina. We have such opposite tastes on absolutely everything. But I love the eco lifestyle gameplay. I had so much fun with it. I don't often play packs all the way through, right? It's not something I do all that often. Well, not until recently. Like I do it a lot more now because obviously I'm making content and I want to have like a bit of fun with playing it, with my peeps. But at the end of the day, where it used to be was that I would not really play a lot of packs all the way through, but it just happens that Cottage Living and Eco Lifestyle are two packs that I have really gone all the way with, because I just absolutely adored them. I had so much fun with the gameplay and I just kept going with it. But it's just my kind of gameplay, so it is what it is with that. But we do though. We have different tastes, but that's fine. I mean, this is why we love The Sims 4, is because different strokes for different folks, and it works for us all, right? It works for us all. Like, you know, we all love the game. It's just we all get different things out of it. Well, let's bring it back. Ah, man. Okay. So I have to work out a room. So I want to have, I feel like a bathroom coming in through here. So this can be a bathroom up here, which works. And then that got rid of my, no, not my problem there. I hate when it does that, when it goes like through the wall. The old, you know, roof trim goes through the wall. It drives me bananas. But redoing the room does work, but then as soon as I take the room away, it's going to cause the problem. But maybe if I do something around that, that might work. Let's see how we go. Bunny 2, hi! Gil, no, you have no right to inspire me to play like that and force me to turn on the game. Sorry. I didn't mean to. Just doing what I was doing, that's all. How are you today? Thanks for popping in and saying hi. I hope you're doing well. We're building ourselves a little hot chocolate shop and ice rink. So it's having a little bit of fun today. Something cozy and warm for the winter vibes that I'm not feeling at all, because it is very warm here today. We're currently, well, it says 17 degrees. I don't know. It feels warmer than that to me, if I'm being real with you all. It feels much warmer. I'm feeling very nice and toasty warm today. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Okay, that works. That works. Solved the problem. Solved the problem, so we can have like a bathroom going up here, and then we'll have like a little hot chocolate area downstairs. Lost, how are you? You're jealous, you just drove through snow. Oh my gosh. This is why we're building like a little cozy build for you guys, just so you feel all nice and toasty warm inside. I'm building this for the Northern Hemisphere. The Southern Hemisphere is feeling okay, but the Northern Hemisphere is getting like, you know, that little chill factor. And we're going to try and make you guys feel a little bit cozier today. A little bit cozier. Nice and warm. Anyway, Lost, how are you? Is this for the Windenburg collab? No, it's not, actually. It is for the winter... It's for a winter collab that Becky Babe is running. So I'm doing it for that. But it's not for the I'm not doing the Windenburg collab. I've signed up for too many things otherwise. So I've not going to be doing that one for those reasons, because I don't want to take on too much and overwhelm myself. So I'm only doing one wintry kind of collab this time around, and it's going to be Becky's one, because Becky's was up first, so that's what we get. Yeah, oh, it definitely fits those vibes. It's just a coincidence that I'm kind of building it in Windenburg, I feel like. It's just one of those happy coincidence kind of things. But yeah, we are definitely building this for a collab, but it's not that particular collab. I actually get it. It's definitely those vibes with, you know, cozy and wintry and that sort of thing. Becky had like a similar sort of one. It's not Windenburg specific, so, you know, you can kind of build that anywhere. I feel like my windows are out of whack. They are out of whack. So I feel like I want those smaller ones to be lower, and then these ones to be a little higher. There we go. Okay, that's my windows fixed. I don't know what I want to have for a wallpaper on the interior, though. I don't know, but we will do like the nice wooden flooring around the place, and then we'll do something different for the bathroom, and then this is going to be the staff room there. And we are looking good. But if you are opening up and playing The Sims with me today, then I hope you're having a good day in The Sims. Tell me if there's any sort of like little disasters or anything happening, as far as that goes, because I'd love to know what you're doing in The Sims. And I always enjoy when people are sort of like playing the game while I'm streaming the game. I think that's fun. So what's going to be the best for a hot chocolate shop in terms of the counter? Is it going to be the espresso counter from whatever it was? So I feel like that's a cafeteria. So feel like maybe we want to have the espresso like bar. Maybe like that. Oh, it needs to be a little bit wider. I need one wide, and then I can have like a little area. I feel like that might be the way to go. And we can make like coffee and stuff on it, right? Includes the easy energy espresso bar, espresso machine, and espresso grinder matic. Okay, so we can make coffee. I assume hot chocolate as well. I don't know. I've never actually. Can you make hot chocolate at one of these places? I've never actually tried. Oh, I forgot the path over here as well. Okay, here we go. Put that in here. I was sure that was going to float, but it didn't, so that's nice. Oh, you know what I should also have is like a cozy fireplace. Ooh, that should be nice. Like a cozy little fireplace, right? There we go. The path running along there. I might do some of those little cottage living mushies running along the bottom there. Cottage living mushies. There we go. I love these little mushies and like the little bits of grass that you get with the cottage living stuff as well. They are such a little go-to for like a whimsical build, is putting those along the base of your builds and stuff. They are great. So we need some live edit on as well. We have to access that. And like these little grasses here and the little mushrooms, they're just like fantastic for, you know, doing along the edges of things. Just adorable. I think that needs to go in the center. And then that should be good. I think I just need to fix the roofing. Yes. Roofing. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we'll just finish the interior of our hot chocolate shop and then we'll be done for the day. Isn't that exciting? We've done really well. I don't know what I want for wallpaper though. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. What do we want? At this stage, actually, let's have a look. How many packs have I used? Oh, I've used very few packs. Look at that. It's all EPs except for Romantic Garden. Huh. Go figure. So maybe I want to just stick with doing some EP wallpapers and just do it as a EP pack build. I don't know. Oh, I feel like that feels a bit rich for me. Do we want to just go like plain on the wallpaper? Plain and cozy of some description, like a nice wintry blue might be the way to go, because I mean this is for a winter collab, so we definitely want to go like a blue if we're going to go not wood on the interior. But maybe we want to go wood on the interior. I mean, wood is nice and cozy. I feel like, you know, you get really cozy vibes from a nice wood interior. So maybe that's like a way to go. It's like all the wood around everywhere. I mean, that could be super cute. Wood, 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 wood. What would the wood do? I do like the idea of the stone though on the interior as well. Like the stone's nice and cozy. And we can do the get together stone like that, but maybe the warmer color. Oh, it's all kind of grey. I don't know. Kind of do like the stone. Feeling happy with the stone. I don't know why I like the stone. Just it feels cozy. Do I have stone on all the building? I feel like that might be a bit of a change. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's going to be a little weird to have stone on the inside when I don't have stone all over the building. You know how sometimes you have like the exposed walls and stuff? Ah, there's my music. I was missing my music. Maybe a little wood on the inside might be the way to go. Nice and just cozy. Okay, so then we have the espresso bar. So it should fit nicely over here. And I reckon we'll go nice brown. Da, 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 da. then I'm thinking we can do a fence, like running in through there, and bring that forward. Maybe a fence that doesn't have a big thing on the side of it. That could work. And then we can turn that into a gate. A little gate! And it's like a little employee gate, right? To get into behind the bar. That makes senses. See, look at that. Little employee gate. And we can kind of maybe put like a little bookshelf running along the side there just to cover up that little space. Bookshelf. Oh, no. What about a storage shelf of some sort? That makes more sense. What have we got? I need a nice little storage shelf. Maybe, oh, hang on. What if I did, you know, those sales shelves that we got with businesses and hobbies, and we can sell like some cute things on there. That might work a treat. I don't know what it's under. It's under miscellaneous? Yes, it is. So what if we had like these shelves running out and we can sell some things on there? Yes, because this is going to be a small business venue, so I feel like that kind of makes sense. And I want to maybe mix out. I'm going back to the stone thing again, even though I was all like, no, we're not going to use the stone, but I feel like I want to use the stone. I still want to use the stone. What can I say? But I thought maybe we could use it in the capacity of like a feature wall. So we have like a little bit of stone in behind there, and then maybe some stone here, and we can put in a fireplace, which would be super cute. No, this one here. What color would be better? I feel like it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other there. So, fireplace. Because, of course, we need like a cozy little fireplace just to keep us nice and warm because it's cold out. Baby, it's cold outside. Da, 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 da. Baby, it's cold outside. Da, 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 da. Yeah, little fireplace. Nice and cozy. And we've got the bathroom upstairs, and this is like a little employee storage zone there. So that works. Okay. I don't know what I want to do in that corner. Maybe something. And we'll have like some little. You know what I want to have? I want to have like bar seating. So I don't want to have like your regular seats. I want to have like the taller bar seating, like our little bubbly bar table. You know, that sort of thing there. Rather than having like, you know, the regular kind of thing. Although, in saying that, this one here from Discover University, I like this bar because it's like a flat bar. I'm saying bar too much now. I feel like the word bar has no meaning. So this bar here, I think from Love Struck actually might work a trick. You know, I feel like a sheep. I'm saying bar too much, and now I feel like a sheep. Bar. I think that's what the problem is. I'm feeling sheepy. Sheepish? Maybe that would work better there. Like there. Okay, I think that'll work better. And then we can have like a cool little bar stool. I'm not going to be stopping the word bar anytime soon, am I? Um, wood table that matches. No. So, oops. What was that table? What pack was that from? Oh, Love Struck. Okay, so we need Love Struck. Maybe not. I quite like the one with a back on it. But I feel like the Love Struck one is going to look a little too moo. Oh, no, it's not too modern, actually. Okay, that works for me. And we could do like with a little bit of blue's too bright. Okay, maybe with the black, the orange might work. There we go. Some cute little tables, and I think some possibly the weirdest staircase going up, but it is what it is. I just want to have like a little bit of cozy seating in front of this fire. Unless we bring like yeah, that might work better actually, bringing it down there and can have that employee door going out under there. Okay, that gives us a lot more space, so I think I'm happier with that. And then we just need like a nice cozy chair, a couple of cozy chairs that you can sink into right in front of the fire, and it's just gonna be like so warm and so comfortable. You'll be like drinking your hot chocolate with marshmallows in it, and it's just like yum. Oh yeah, that's the kind of vibe that you want, right? Nice and cozy, oversized, plump, like these horse ranch chairs. I feel like those are just lovely. Cozy, lovely, overstuffed, warm, and comfortable. That's what we're going for. Those are like the primo chairs. The primo spot chairs right there. I feel like then I could probably fit another little table in here. And move these over. Can I get that door under there instead? You know what? I don't have to have like an indoor entrance for this because there's an outdoor entrance. So if we need to go in there, I mean, it's not like it's a functional room, so I don't really care if we can reach it or not. And the other thing is, I'm thinking we can put some stones in underneath the fireplace just to make it like, feel like a spark goes on the wood and then you're like freaking out because you're like, the house is gonna, the building's gonna burn down because there's a spark on the, spark on the floor. Always, that's the kind of thing I think about. Like if a spark goes on the floor, will it set up in flames? And it's just like it's not going to happen in The Sims, Velvet. But no, it doesn't matter. I still want to make sure that there is not going to be any wood spark flame issues. Wood. And have I got debug option? Oh no, debug. So I'm just going to do like a little stack of the wood by the fire because I decided that I was not going to use anything except EPs and the Romantic Garden stuff back. So we'll just do a faux stack of wood rather than the regular werewolves pile of wood. There's a few things in the game that I really wish we would get like some different options with. A little wood pile would be great, like a nice little wood pile to sit by the fire. I actually feel like we need some more fire accessories, to be honest. And the other thing we don't have, which is a little weird, is we don't have more than one option for aprons. Like, why don't we have more than one option for aprons? Why? I don't understand that. Like, it seems like, the kitchen clutter pack kit, which I absolutely love, but it should have had more options for aprons. And I don't really understand why it didn't. Like, it seems really weird that it does not. So, what do we reckon about making like this into like a little fire grate? Safety. I don't know. Do we want a little fire grate for safety, or do we want just like the coziness of the warmth? Maybe we want a fire grate for safety. I think I do actually want a fire grate for safety, and then we can have like the little poker and stuff there. Okay. Fire grates for safety. Love that. And I think, do I want curtains? This is a question that I don't know the answer to. Do I want curtains? What are my curtain options? Have we got anything that'll look good in here? Ooh, I don't know. Blues. I don't know if I like that. I don't want to go modern. I kind of want to go like old school, but I don't really want to go like, super decorative. Like something, even like the base game one like that. I mean, it's kind of
the right thing, but whether or not we have the right color in it, I don't know. I feel like I'm going with orange. Just orange is my warm color, so we're going with orange this year. Orange for my wintry vibe, but I'm going cozy rather than, you know, blues and whites or anything like that. Save and hydrate. Thank you very much, Vinny. I mean, I've still got some fixing up to do on this lot to make it work the way that I want it to, but you know what? We're actually in the right direction, I feel like. I'm still not sure on the ice rink. I'm going to come back to that with a fresh mind at some point soon, but we've got the basics down. I love this rug that we got with the West African inspired update. I just love it. It's just really quite lovely. You know what? The fire's the wrong color. I think that's what's bothering me. That or that? I feel like just like the lighter color is just not quite right because we've got like the different color woods, although it does kind of match the room. Okay, there we go. Pull that back a little bit, and I think we should be able to fit some more seating in around this place, and we'll get a lamp in there as well. I think like a little cute lamp in the middle of it. Ta-da! I never used to be one for putting lamps in my builds, and I don't know really why. It was just one of those things that it just never occurred to me to have in my builds. I think partially because I never really, you know, I might do an end table instead. Now that I'm talking about that, but it just I never had like a lamp in my house as like a freestanding lamp in my house. So it just never really made was never really one of those things that I thought to have in my builds was like a freestanding lamp because of that reason. And it's just something I've gotten better at including in my builds. And you know, that's fine. It's just one of those things that I used to early in my building days was something I never had in the game just because of that reason. It just genuinely didn't occur to me to have it in the build for that. Yeah, just because of that. The but I feel like that's not the only thing in the game where I've done that. You know, it's just like, you know, I've had other things in the game where I just it doesn't occur to me to have them in a house just because I don't have them in my own house. Do you guys find that as well? Like, you know, if there's like the little odd thing that you just don't think to put in the build because you don't have it in your own home. It's funny, isn't it? Just one of those things that you just don't really think about until, yeah, you sort of go to build in something like this and you realize that it's a possibility in a house. I feel like it's a strange thing to say, but it's just one of those things where, you know, I think I've gotten a lot better at exploring different options in a house because of learning how to build in The Sims 4. And I've, you know, had to be, you know, think about things that I might want in my own life, in my own, you know, house and things like that because, yeah, it never occurred to me that I might want a lamp in my house, but maybe I do want to have a lamp in my house. Those little random things, right? Little random things that pop up. Um, I don't know what sort of artwork we want. Oh, there's another curtain opportunity over there. Let's take that curtain opportunity and fulfill it with a curtain. Curtain opportunity taken. And what are we going to have in our storage room? Let's see. Just some storage stuff. Oh, I know. Like the food thing from... Oh, dine up. Shoot, we don't have that. Oh, maybe we can turn this into like a mini office. Mini office might do the trick. And we'll have like a little computer and stuff. Actually, for a small business venue, I don't think we need anything specific, really. No, I want the get to work stuff. That cute little get to work, whatchamacallit, this one. I use this all the time, like for a little home office and stuff. The slots of files. I love that for a little home office dealio. I think it's fantastic for that. And you know the other thing I always forget, and I wish we had like another. I guess we kind of have it now with the Comfy Gamer Kit, but like the little desk organizer thing. You know, little pen holders and stuff. I feel like that would be something that would be good to have more of. But I think we got a little desk organizer with the Comfy Gamer Kit, so I shouldn't probably complain about that as an item thing that we need more of in the game. But it's always nice to have like these little clutter options, isn't it? Kind of apothecary. Oh, yes, there we go. Some degrees and that sort of thing. That's always nice in a little office. And wonder. No, it's not gonna work. Man. What do I want? Maybe. Oh yeah, like a little bit of storage or something. Something storagey. What have we got that might be sort of storagey for food? Food prep storagey kind of stuff. And I need like some signs and stuff, but we'll get there on that. Oh, like a filing cabinet. There you go. That's like in a little office. Nothing exciting, but it's a little office and it does the job. Maybe some kitchen clutter. What about the spices? Oh, the utensils might work a treat there. Kind of want to have. Oh, I need a chair. Chair might be a good thing, Velvet. Chair might be a good thing. And if we move this around this way, had a little filing cabinet, and then we can put something else in behind there, like kind of storagey, if we need to. Cubbies. Oh, I can use like the snow stuff that we got with whatchamacallit, Snow Escape. Maybe you can put that under the window, actually. That might make more sense. And then we can have something like a little, a little worky kind of thing. So it's like, worky little office thing. And I feel like maybe it needs something underneath it, but maybe if I just put it down a bit, it doesn't need anything underneath it. There we go. So it's like a little work zone, little work office-y type thing. That'll do the trick. And we have this whole wall that is blank. So I need something to go on there. What are we going to have on there? I mean, I can't really put anything wide on there because that's our walking space. So it is what it is. Something decorative. Oh boy. Oh, can have like the climbing gear stuff. And the other thing was that snow gear, this stuff here. Can have that running around here as well. You know what? I don't want these windows. I don't want those curtains there. They're too... Or maybe I just need to shrink them down. There we go. Problem solved. And then we can go a little higher. There we go. Genius. Solving the problems. I mean, it's not like ski, but it's like wintry stuff. So I feel like that works, right? I still hasn't solved... Oh! Yes, this will solve my workspace problem. And I think a corkboard as well. corkboard. Okay, there we go. Might switch those around. Excellent. Office. Boom. Little seating area. I mean, mostly they can sit outside, so it's not really, you know, like it's intended for them to sit inside. That's kind of irritating me. I don't like that. A darker brown, and oh, you know what? Maybe we could do a side curtain instead on there. If I can get one to match. That's always the question. Or we can just do a blind. I do appreciate the fact that we do have a curtain rail now. I mean, that's fantastic, right? The little curtain rail that we got with Adventure Awaits. I'm just like, yes. Because I found those curtains so hard to use without that curtain rail. And I mean, I'm not going to use that, but I do appreciate that we have that curtain rail now. It makes me happy. Okay, I can maybe do that. Roll up curtains. There we are. Problem solved. So I need some little things to sell on there, and I need some menus to sit at the back. What have we got in the way of menus? Ooh, the Gnome's Arm menu. And these are all quite large. Okay, curtains getting smaller and smaller. That's right. That's what we want. Nice little hot chocolate menu. Windows. Okay, little order area, staff area. I think that's all good. And I need a little... I mean, it's not a lot of seating inside, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think that's okay. I'm happy with that. And I like a couple of plants. Oh, I'm going to use the new West African plant. Yes, although it's not very wintry. It's not very wintry. Okay, maybe not the best plant to use, but... I don't know, what is a wintry plant? I don't know the answer to that, but I feel like maybe not something in flower so much. And I think we'll have like a little painting or something up here. Be nice. What about those snowflake sculptures? Is there anything kind of snowy wintry? Maybe those starlights or something? Oh yeah. Okay, I'm going to wrap things up in about 10 minutes. So we are, getting towards the end of the stream. We have done most of everything that I wanted to do today. I'll do all the fixing up off screen because we've got the bulk of it done. We've had an exciting time creating a little snow rinky thing. I'm not 100% still on my roofing of my snow rink. I'm going to look at that with fresh eyes because I can't see it for looking. As you do sometimes, sometimes it's just a case of you just can't see something for looking. Looks so good. Oh, thank you, cutie. Appreciate that. I think we've done all right today. It's kind of like kind of bringing together the things that I had in my head, but it's it was a bit of a jumble in my head of like different ideas, and I feel like bringing it together has been. I don't know if I want to have like window behind there and maybe have it like a big menu. I think that maybe that might be better. Yeah, so I managed to get that jumble that was in my head kind of out of my head and into the build. So I feel like that's better, and I like that. I think I definitely want to have some ivy running up this wall as well. Just randomly switching to ivy, but I'm just going to do it while I remember that I wanted to do it. And maybe up some other sides of the wall as well. But I think it's coming together. We just I just need to do the bathroom upstairs really, and it's just about like the nuts and bolts of it are done, right? That's really the gist of it. It's just like the nuts and bolts are kind of done, and that was the main thing. And then you just got like little bits of fixing up and playtesting, that sort of thing to do. So not a biggie. I mean, it's very easy to spend like an hour kind of like pottering around with things. So just fixing things up and doing this and doing that. Next thing you know, yep, an hour is gone. Okay. So in here, I think I might do like the same flooring that I did down in under the fire, and I might move that along here, and we can have like the toilets running in up through here. That and toilets. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, what if we did the stone in the bathrooms as well, just to mix it up a little bit? A little bit of a stone thing. You would love a nice treat there. Aww. I think that would be fun. I agree. Like, it would be a nice outing to actually go out and go to a nice rink and have like a nice hot chocolate and stuff, right? I feel like that would be a nice trip out. A nice treat. I would love that too. I think it'll be a nice outing. I think the kids would absolutely love it. Like doing that sort of outing. Going out and getting some hot chocolate and stuff. And trying their hand at ice skating. I think they'd have a lot of fun with that. And I'd have a lot of fun watching them attempt to do it. While I sat down watching, going, I'm too old for this. I'm just going to sit here and have a hot chocolate. As you do. It's like, I don't want to fall over and break my bones. It takes me too long to recover now. I'm an old woman. Old. Okay, I'm not that old, but still. It sounds like a good excuse, right? Shouldn't need an excuse. But I definitely like the idea of hot chocolate and like the coziness of it all and, that sort of thing. I think that sounds quite nice. And maybe I get in the pool and have like a little onsen. A little onsen experience would be quite nice. You get in there and enjoy the hot waters and stuff. Ugh, that would be lovely. Alright, so we can do another lot of bathrooms down here. Maybe you can just like do a larger bathroom down on this side. And that can have like a little shower zone and stuff. Like that needs to be a little higher. There we go. There we go. A little bit higher. That'll fix the problem. So we'll put in move that to the side, and then we can have like a little corner thing going on. Okay, so let's get in maybe a little bath and a toilet. Bath is a bit weird, right? Let's just do a toilet and a sink and a shower. I mean, the shower's probably a bit weird as well, but still. I feel like, that's kind of like your if accidents happen experience. Like, accidents happen, like, out on the ice. And we need to, obviously clean up a little bit after we've had that little accident. Maybe we've spilt hot chocolate down ourselves. I mean, there's all sorts of things that could happen at a rink like this. You never quite know, right? A little square mirror. We'll show you this one. So I need some soap and a hand towel. We do not, however, need anything dishwashy. If we haven't used anything else growing together, I might use this one, actually. Okay, and towels. Bathroom, and then that leaves us with cabinets, which will be, I think the horse ranch ones will do the trick. Ugh. Can I get like another half one down here? That would be ideal. And we can move that door over. Okay, and then that door can go over there. Right. That that doesn't work. You know why that doesn't work? That doesn't work because I need to be able to put a sink in, and the counters as I had them would not allow for a sink to happen. So I feel like that is not the ideal situation. So we'll do it this way instead. And we can put a sink in now. Because whoopsies. I wish they would redo like the sinks, so we got like a really nice bathroom sink. That would be fantastic. I love like a really good specific bathroom sink that is like a sink that you can put into cabinets, not like a freestanding one. I feel like we kind of need that, and we don't kind of have it. So you know, it would be nice to kind of have that sort of thing available to choose from, because it feels like a lot of the sinks are really very bathroomy and not very, I mean, a lot of the sinks are very kitcheny and not very bathroomy. It's the opposite of what I wanted to say. You know? You know what I mean. Spare towels. In the blue. Okay, so that's a nice little bathroom area. Nothing too complicated. Toilets, all that sort of thing. And then it comes up there. We can have maybe a plant standing there. Plant, decoration, and you can go out there. Oh, I need to have something to do out on this balcony, because there's otherwise no point to it, right? I feel like that's the case. So we'll have some tables out here and some tables inside, and then we're finished. Good timing as well, because I is a little hungry. My tummy is grumbling away. It's going, you know what? You need to eat, girlfriend. And I'm like, yeah, do. This is just me having a little conversation with my stomach. Don't worry about me. Perfectly normal. What's going on with those tables? Maybe we have like these ones. I feel like it's a little bit risky in terms of the space that we have up here. But let's risk it for the biscuit and we'll see how we get on. I reckon we can fit that over there, and we can fit that over there, and we can fit like a little couple up there. Okay, so there's some tables out there, which is cool. And then we're going to go, the other tables that we use downstairs, we're going to reflect those again up here. And that gives us like a little bit more table space for eating and for drinking and, you know, that sort of thing. And we can do that little table there. And we'll do the same curtains, I think, over there as well. Let's see how we go for space. I don't know if I want to have two back-to-back tables, so... Yeah, I feel like it's enough. And we can do a little bit of plantage and decoration up on the wall, some sort of picture-y thing. And I'll add in like lights, and I'll see if I can add in like any more wintry stuff. But yeah, that's the good sort of thrust and gist of the build itself. It just needs a few more decorations, and we'll be right as rain and ready to go. Get it up on the gallery, you know, that sort of thing. Share it out there in the world. But you know what? Thanks everyone for hanging out today. I really appreciate that. I hope you've had fun, and just it's been always nice to sort of chitty chat and just, you know, do a little bit of building and figure things out. You know, it's always nice hanging out, right? I always like hanging out. So I appreciate that you guys do it and, you know, spend some time with me. It's always nice. So I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be back again on Friday. And on Friday, we are going to be building with the new kits, assuming that they've come out in time. If they're not coming out in time, we'll figure that out. But yeah, so assuming they've come out in time, we will build with the new kits and hopefully have some fun with that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how those kind of kits go and what they look like and what we can build with it. You know, we've only sort of seen the cover art for them. I don't know any more than you guys about them. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to see what we get with them and how they kind of all look and how I can use them in my builds. That's what I want to do, is I just want to use them in my builds and see how cool they look. So we're going to build something. I've got to really think about, I've got to look at the covers again and just think about what kind of build I want to make with them, because I don't really know at this point what I want to build. So I figure we'll figure that out and we'll make it work and go from there. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys there. I want to say a big thank you to everyone for watching today, and it's really greatly appreciated. And we've built like our little hot chocolate sort of ice rink. It's still got a little bit more decoration and bits and pieces that I need to do with it. But, you know, we're kind of in the right zone, I think. I'm still very dubious about that, but I think we can add some more wintry stuff to it and we'll be right as rain. I think so. Let's go. What are we going to do? So yeah, hopefully you guys can join me for the new creator kits. I think they'll be fun to check out. And we're going to raid into Rainbow Cat Mom. She's playing a little bit of Stardew Valley, so if you're into Stardew, then you might want to join in the fun. But otherwise, I mean, Rainbow's awesome anyway, so just enjoy Rainbow. That's the idea, right? Thank you guys for everything. I will have a good day, and I hope you guys have a good day as well. Take care of yourselves, and see you next time around. Okay? Okay. Bye.